What's up, everybody? Big Cobb Diesel coming at you, and I wanted to do a quick video before I head to the gym. I just did a video that I live streamed on Facebook, which was a little bit longer deal. This one's going to be short. So, what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about people that write stuff down in the gym. I was in the gym the other day and I was watching this guy, and he's lifting and doing his thing, and then he grabs his little notebook, writes stuff down, and he goes and does something else, writes it down. So out of curiosity, I went up and said, "Hey man, what are you writing down?" He goes, "Oh, I'm writing down my weights and my sets and my reps." And I said, "Oh, okay, okay. Well, what are you doing? Are you like trying to get stronger? Are you recording your weight to see how heavy you're going?" And he's like, "Oh no, no, I'm not. I'm a bodybuilder. I'm just writing everything down." So I said, "Okay, well, why are you writing down your weight if you're not, if the goal is not to lift more weight, you be stronger?" And he's like, "Oh, I just like to keep a record." I said, "Okay." So I left the conversation at that, but it reminded me of me back in the day. I used to write all that stuff down, and one time I went to work out with a guy named Rick, who's away now. So those of you from Grand Rapids that are still following me, you remember Rick from Champion, old school bodybuilder. The guy I used to always say was wise. He forgot more about bodybuilding than a lot of people knew. His wife was in every magazine. I mean, he's the one that got her, in competition shape and all. So, anyways, so one day I go in to work out with him, and I got my bag. I pull out my little notebook. I got my pen, and so we start, and I write, down what I did. And he's like, "Well, what are you writing? What are you writing that stuff down for? What are you writing?" Now, same thing that this kid told me. I said, I'm just writing down, sets and reps or whatever. And Rick, old salty dog, no filter. He's like, "What the fuck are you writing that down for?" Maybe I should have said, "What the F?" Okay, we'll find out if I should have said that or not. But anyways, so his point is that instead of writing down sets and reps and all that for bodybuilding, now don't get me wrong, if you're a strength athlete and you're trying to increase your poundages, of course you have to track what you're doing. But if you're a bodybuilder, the weight doesn't matter. And the reason why the weight doesn't matter is you're going for the pump. And so if you can get a chest pump doing chest press, and let's say you're got 135 on the bar, great. If you don't get a pump at 135 and you have to bump up to 185 or 225, great. That's what matters, is getting a pump in. The other reason why that doesn't matter is, let's say today I go to do chest. I slept for 8 hours last night. I ate good meals yesterday, had good meals this morning. I'm feeling refreshed. I'm feeling strong. And I go in and I rep out with 225. But what about next time I go in to do chest, and let's say I slept 4 hours the night before, I didn't really get all my meals in. And so for me, 135 feels heavy. So I have to rep out with 135. Does that mean that I have gone backwards in my progression? No, that's not what it means. It just means that I'm tired. I didn't have as much rest as I should have gotten, and I didn't eat as much food. So therefore, the 135 is going to feel heavier. It's going to feel like more of a challenge. But the muscle is still getting stressed, which that's the goal, right? The goal is to stress the muscle so that the response is for the muscle to grow. All right, so that's pretty much my rant on the notebook thing. Again, if you're a bodybuilder, you don't need to be writing that stuff down. Now, one thing that Rick did tell me, he said, write down what you learned, write down what you felt. So, for instance, if um, let's just say that I do dumbbell curls, and I do the supination or the twisting of the palms toward the face as I come to the top. Um, and then I try the hammer curl, which is where I don't twist all the way. I come up and the palms are facing each other, as opposed to here. If I feel that more in my bicep this way than I do that way, well, guess what? I just learned something. I just learned that for me to get the maximum effect of that exercise, I should do a hammer curl, not a standard supinated curl. Or if you find that when you're doing a dumbbell kickback, that for you, if you rotate your wrist, so let's say that my arm's behind me, if you rotate your wrist out, you feel more of a contraction in the tricep than when you have the wrist in. You've just learned something. Then write that down. So you write down the things that so you will remember so that the next time you do the exercise, yeah, you can refer back and say, oh yeah, I have to make sure I rotate my wrist out on the kickback so that I can feel it like I want to. Those are the things you should write down, things you learn about your body. Sometimes you may work out for years before you figure some of this stuff out. I'm learning stuff about my body all the time. So those are the kind of things that you really want to concentrate on writing down. Sets and reps and all that stuff. It doesn't matter because how much weight you lifted today, you may not lift that much next week, and then 3 weeks from now you might lift twice as much. Does that matter? No, because after that there's going to be another week where you're not going to lift as heavy. All right, everybody. I hope this was insightful. And let me know if you liked it, hated it. Leave me some comments below. Please like and please share, help, and subscribe. Help a brother out. I only got like 4 people, 8 people, something like that. All right, everybody. I'll talk with you soon.